What's going on here, Internet? Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, let's chat about my 2025 everyday carry pocket edition style. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope all is well and having a beautiful day wherever you are. Now, for today's video, well, I got a pocket update. 2025, kind of want to change it up a little bit, change my wallet, change my knife, all that type of jazz. So let's get started. Now, to start off, right side pocket here, this here is called the Benchmade Mini Bug Out. Now guys, if you've been watching this channel for quite some time, this knife is pretty different from the other knives I've been carrying. This one's very, very light, super balanced, very easy to carry, and honestly, it just has that feeling that it's with you, but it's not with you. So without further ado, let me show you the features. As you can tell, guys, this thing here has a handle made of a white material called white Grivery. What the hell is that? Basically, white Grivery is a glass-filled thermoplastic composite, and in layman terms, basically it's a light and durable material that just makes this knife very, very easy to carry. It makes it super well balanced. The feel of it is very nice. And that feeling, like I mentioned before, it's with you, but it's not with you, is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool that Benchmade uses like these type of material because typically that type of material is used for like automotive and industrial purposes. So, you know, having something on a blade like this for the everyday basis, pretty sick. Flipping this over, as you can see here on the other side, this here has a mini deep carry clip. Personally, I love this a lot. And, you know, the proportion of the size, it just makes sense for this type of clip. You know, in the past, I've really complained about these types of small little clips like on my ProTech, but this one, it's just like that Goldilocks knife that if you're starting out, I think this is just great to carry in my personal opinion. Let's talk about the blade. As you can see, this here is a drop point knife. And as you can tell on the bottom right corner, this here is made out of a CPM S30V stainless steel. Honestly, I personally like drop point knives and this type of material because I don't want a knife to be kind of super fragile where it actually cracks, but I don't need something super expensive and like very durable, like a Magna Cut material to be like, you know, breaking the bank for something like an everyday purposes type of stuff. And at least for the drop point stuff, I'm just saying I'm kind of lazy and I like classic looking knives like this. And why I say I'm lazy? Sharpening a knife like this, so much easier. Tantoy knives are, you know, very cool looking. They're like swords and stuff, but when you're actually like sharpening them, trying to make that like converging line, it's not that hard, but you know, you don't really have to second guess certain things when you're actually sharpening something like this. So if you're lazy like me, I highly recommend drop point knives. It's literally like dummy proof. And as you can tell, this thing here is a manual operation knife, but what I like about Benchmade's is the locking mechanism. As you can see on this top right corner, this thing here is called the axis lock. I think having a locking mechanism on a knife is very important. You know, I've had a lot of like close calls on certain knives that don't really actually lock purposely and kind of scary. You know, you almost slice your finger because you're actually like hacking away at it. So having this locking mechanism, you know, actually using your thumb against the spine of the knife, you're not, at least for me, I'm not afraid of this kind of clamping and just locking away at my fingers. This is a very, very solid knife. And it just screams, yes, expensive, but I'd rather pay for something that's not gonna slice my finger like just casually when I'm actually trying to use it for something. So with that being said, if you're looking for a knife to kind of actually start this whole everyday carry basis and have a dedicated knife to use, I think this Benchmade is a very great start. Definitely a little more on the expensive side to start out sometimes, but for everything that I've said, I think this is a great start to actually start the whole build of, you know, a cool everyday carry type of stuff. And this thing is so small, it's just so cute. Benchmade did a great job on this. Now, to kind of change up a little bit, left side wrist here, this here is called the Seiko Pro Spec watch. If you didn't watch my previous video, this thing here is a recent addition to my watch collection, and I absolutely love it. You know, this thing is a beautiful watch because as you can tell, this thing here has a white face. I'm just a sucker for white face watches. I love it on my Timex and I love it on this one. It's just, for some reason to me, it just makes it very elegant looking, very clean. And I just personally think overall, this whole entire look of the watch, it's just a versatile watch where you can just dress up, you can dress down with a t-shirt, a hoodie. You know, this past weekend I wore it with a suit, perfectly fine. And the last feature, what I love about this watch is specifically the glass. This thing here is made out of sapphire crystal glass. Now, if you're not into watches, basically sapphire crystal is a very expensive glass that basically makes it very anti-resistant to scratches and also, you know, very hard to crack. Honestly, for the type of like glass that's on it, the whole look of it, at least in my personal opinion, you know, you don't really find too many watches with a white face like this. solid looking watch. 100%, I definitely believe, for those who want to add to the watch collection, don't really want to break the bank completely, but want to experience the slightly luxury side of watches, I recommend this Pro Spec watch. Now, moving on, left side pocket here. This here is called the Nomadic Minimalist Wallet. Guys, if you've been looking for a wallet that's pretty much inexpensive, very, very good to hold many cards, and honestly, great for use for travels and such, this thing is your wallet. If I'm being totally honest, I've had this wallet ever since it was created, and it's just been sitting in my drawers for that many years. It's 2025, kind of felt like, let's change it up a little bit. Let's kind of force myself to actually use some gear that I bought and stop wasting my money and see how it goes. This is a great wallet. I can't wait to keep using this even more for the longer period because this thing is a very, very smart design. As you can tell, I hold a lot of cards here. I hold about 14 cards, I believe, and that's basically the max of what this can actually hold. And I think it's really, really great because if you flip this over, if you're like me who wants to carry emergency cash, you can fit multiple bills. I carry $100 bills for those just in case moments. And since we're on an honest streak, I've been using this totally wrong for the first few days. As like any other sleeve type of minimalist wallet, you have this quick access pull tab to access your most used cards and stuff. But that's just the thing. I've actually used all of my cards in this one sleeve thinking that's be the option to do, but I actually saw this random video, like a tutorial for some reason on Instagram about this wallet, and I was like, wait a minute. All my unused cards, my membership cards, credit cards I don't typically use every single day, that's where you put on the other side of this wallet. Nomadic did a great job on this one. It's not your typical simple wallets that you see on Amazon and stuff. Nomadic did a lot of great thinking about this. It's simple, but it really does work. So honestly, I kind of regret not actually using this ever since I got it because what more can you ask? It's very inexpensive, it's very slim profile, and Nomadic creates a lot of different color options. You don't have to get this black one. They have other different colors, so I'll leave a few links down below for this wallet. Now, to those who jingle jangle just like me, you carry your keys and trinkets and stuff with a carabiner, this one's for you. This here is called the Wesson CB Carabiner. Now, I know what you're thinking. This thing is super minimalist. I know. I feel like if I were to open a dictionary, this would be under the actual word minimalism. This is honestly as simple as it gets. As you can see, this thing here is made out of a titanium material. And at the corner here, it kind of gives that grooves where you can actually have the ability to open this like a carabiner. And it just kind of feels fragile for some reason, but it's not. It's durable, it holds what it needs to do, it does what it needs to do. You pay the price for a high quality material, which is titanium. You get what you ask. Nothing more, nothing less. So it's just right in the middle for a minimalist type of carabiner. This is definitely not for everyone in my personal opinion. This definitely is kind of a step down to kind of go towards because I don't really need to lose a bunch of features like I did before on my other carabiner, but I've accounted certain gaps and everything with my keychains and stuff. So if you're looking for a minimalist type of key ring, type of carabiner to hold onto your actual belt and stuff, I recommend this. This has been fun to use so far, and I definitely think people will enjoy it as well. Now, to those who kind of want to jazz it up a little bit, add some spice to your backpacks, your keychains you just got in the mail, I got the right accessory for you. This here is called the Glow Rhino Tritium Glow Fob. I absolutely love this keychain. It makes things so much easier sometimes to find my keys and stuff. Let me show you. As you can see, right in this middle here, there's a small little vial of something. And what it contains in here is a low amount of radioactive material called tritium. Dude, is that even safe? Why the heck are you carrying radioactive material? Don't worry, guys, I haven't grown a third arm or anything or a third leg. It's been a very convenient material to use because it self-glows. I think that's pretty nice because in my personal opinion, when I'm actually trying to find my keys on the wall sometimes in the dark, or maybe I just kind of threw my keys in my backpack because I'm in a rush, instead of turning on the light if I have to, or just taking out all the stuff in my backpack and stuff just to find my keys, just opening it up, finding something that's actually self-emitting is pretty convenient in my personal opinion. Is that really worth it? I guess it depends, but I just wanted to kind of spice up my keychains and stuff and kind of had something cool. So I think this is a pretty cool addition. And I think that the really cool thing is, I don't really use it, but this here at the bottom is a small little glass breaker. to those who kind of want to, I guess, have dual functionalities and stuff, this is a cool feature. Don't think I'll ever use this, to be honest, but since I have a dedicated one, but I know I have this in my, like on my keychains and stuff, so it's pretty cool for what it is. Other than that, it's just a really cool keychain. Definitely one of those things where I didn't really think I'd actually buy ever in my life, but now that I got it, people ask about it. It's a cool thing to kind of chat about and stuff sometimes, and people kind of, you know, see what color it is. So if you're interested in getting one of these, they have other colors, different designs, things that emit different colors. It's pretty cool. Glow Rhino, these are awesome. As you can tell, most of these products so far are kind of on the side of minimalism. I think that's kind of like the double-edged sword here, just because on the everyday basis, kind of lost certain features that I kind of need on the everyday, you know, type of carry. So with that being said, I feel like this product kind of fills in that gap to a certain extent, and this here is called the Elko knife by James brand. I don't know about you, but you know those small little Swiss knives that has like a toothpick, a little pocket knife in it, and a filer? Those things were so useful back in the day when I was in college, just because, you know, having a little small pocket knife as part of your keychain was pretty useful. But back then, I didn't really carry a dedicated knife like this, so nowadays, it's kind of useless for me. So what the heck am I supposed to do for like a prying mechanism to actually use on the daily basis? I think in the past on like certain photos, I've shared like a small little pry tool, but I kind of don't want to add to the whole keychain stuff. I want to be able to have some more functionality if I'm not able to carry my actual pocket knife. This thing kind of fills in that gap just because at the very top here, it kind of acts like a key ring. This is actually a small little pry bar like you can use in so many ways. Bottle opener, prying tool, scraper, screwdriver, you name it, the world's your oyster. It's just a very versatile tool. You know, I've used this on multiple occasions. You know, there are moments when I don't have my Leatherman, like a multi-tool, sometimes on my, you know, in my pocket. So sometimes I need to screw something open casually. Sometimes I got, you know, soft hands. You know, I don't want to be, you know, opening a can sometimes and ripping my finger because I don't have any fingernails. Using something like this makes things a little bit easier. You know, someone like me who kind of sometimes cries about it and stuff. So adding tools to you on a daily basis like this, at least for me, comes in use. Now, to those who don't typically carry a dedicated knife or is a little more intimidated to carry a big knife like this, I personally believe adding something like this to your keychain that'll actually give you some value is pretty useful. This thing here has a small little knife that's just embedded in the actual keychain, so that's pretty cool itself. I like this version because there's a Huckberry edition where you have this topography type of design on the blade. As you can tell, this is made by James brand, so you got the little logo at the top as well. Like I said before, this is one of those knives that doesn't really have a locking mechanism. When you push hard on the actual spine, this will actually close, like that. You know, it doesn't have a locking mechanism. If you push hard enough, it will close and just like rip you apart. You know, it's not one of those knives you just kind of want to hack away with like casually. But it does take a little bit more force to actually put down, so take that with a grain of salt. But with that being said, yes, I know it's a very small little knife. It's very minimal, but as you can tell, this is a very mighty keychain to kind of carry on an everyday basis, just to kind of fill in those gaps for me. A prying tool, a small little knife for those just in case moments. And honestly, just one of those cool things where titanium stuff is pretty cool as well. You know, if you can see here, this actually comes with the actual keychain, the titanium key ring. You can use it on multiple occasions. I hold it to actually use this thing. You can use it for other things as well. So it's a two-in-one type of case. So I thought that's pretty cool. All right, home stretch here, guys. Last but not least, left side butt pocket. Right here, got the Real Men Carry microfiber handkerchief. If you've been watching this channel for quite some time, you saw my previous everyday carry video. I've suggested this before, and I'm gonna suggest it again. I absolutely love this handkerchief. If you've been watching this channel for quite some time, I really don't like gatekeeping like high quality products, especially those products that are really well made by small creators. I personally found this guy on Instagram like many years back, and I've now linked, I think I have like 5 or 6 of these at this point, and I just think having a handkerchief like this is very valuable. I'm not the type of person to have a handkerchief and just pull it out, blow his nose, and put it back. I just personally think just use a tissue and throw it out. But tomato, tomato, your preference. At least for me, this handkerchief is a lot more valuable to me on the everyday basis. You know, just like everyone else, I carry a phone on an everyday basis and stuff, and as you can tell, I wear glasses. As you use these things, oil builds up, you got some grease, you got some gunk and stuff. I want to keep it clean. I want to be able to see clearly like every so often. So having a dedicated microfiber like this is very useful. I think it's pretty high quality. I've seen things on Amazon that are like, they're all right, they're okay, but you know, I don't really particularly want to use my shirt all the time. And sometimes you really can't, especially like for men who wear like dress shirts and stuff. At least for me, I don't want to be able to dirty that up. So having a dedicated thing like this comes to the clutch when you need to actually clean stuff like your phone, your camera lens, or maybe your glasses. And to those who are wondering, no, this is not sponsored. All these things I paid for my own shipping, my own like money and everything. I just personally leave small creators just to make high quality products, to support them as well. But I also want to get my hands on something that's actually well made. So, if you want to also support a small creator, I'll leave the link down below for all these types of designs. He makes some great stuff. He's making like other types of design and materials. So check him out before I guess maybe he raises prices. But Rima and Carrie, if you ever get to watch this video for some reason, keep doing what you're doing. These are awesome. And I can't wait to get my hands on many more. All right, guys, that being said, this was my 2025 Everyday Carry Pocket Edition style. As you can tell, a lot of things have changed, a lot of keys, wallets, handkerchiefs, all that type of stuff basically changed. It's 2025. Who absolutely knows if I'm gonna keep this going for the next couple months, couple days, couple weeks, whatever. Hell, for all I know, maybe this will change tomorrow. But these are the things that I want to carry. These things I kind of want to try, things I want to just jazz it up a little bit. So that's my Everyday Carry Pocket Edition style. All right, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. It's helped this channel, especially that YouTube algorithm. Typically, I usually ask for suggestions, things I would want to kind of carry on my everyday basis. But this time, comment down below. Let's have a conversation. Let's kind of see other people's everyday carry type of bases. I love to kind of see what everyone else is carrying. So comment down below. Let's kind of jazz it up a little bit down there. So with that being said, if you like this type of stuff, you like the product reviews, the EDC type of stuff, you want to join my life, I'd love to have you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy, and God bless. Peace out, guys. Shoo. All right, guys. See you in the next one.